Yo,
What's good, my bride?
what's good, Brody?
How are you?
Chilling, chilling. Good hoodies, good hoodies.
You already know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you came on the show, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you for having me, bro.
No problem.
Go way back. It's
Yes, sir.
22.
From man, how long have we known each other, bro? Like
Man, shit. As soon as since I've been living in that house, that's been like '05. So you've been down the street.
yeah, since like '05 to like now. It's
Yeah,
hella years we known each other, bro.
bricks.
And look at you already in the stew, already putting in the work still
Shit,
all day,
niggas
every
live
day.
in this too.
How many
Niggas live.
hours you put in the stew?
I'm in here every day, like I said, like my bed right here. So like every
Mm-hmm.
day. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir. Yes, sir. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's really chop it up.
Let's get it.
How, how'd you get the name Damn Risky?
Um, well, niggas like that's when SoundCloud started pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So I started rapping and little shit like that, and like I just always needed a tough name, so I honestly gave the name Risky to myself. Like I used to go by Risky G, and
Mm-hmm.
then it stuck. Like people still call me that till this day. So, and then the Damn Risky came because like I was rapping for a little bit in middle school, but I was like, bro, I need beats. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to make beats, and Damn Risky came from me producing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I just ran with it, and it go. Few people, it sticks. So
Yeah, and I know you make a lot of beats. You produce for many local artists such as like Rasta,
yeah,
Tupac, Sadiq, many
hmm
others. But like, what really made you get into beat making?
basically just cause I knew if I wanted to be like effective in this game, like I would. That's something that you just have to learn how to do. And I always like at one point I was rapping, but I was like, I need beats. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna buy beats off YouTube. I'm not gonna rip people's beats. So I'm like, I'm gonna just make my own. Like I made beats for me originally,
Mm-hmm.
but then it just turned in like people started fucking with my shit here and there. So I started a little business off of it, like leasing beats and shit. And then yeah, so that's how that started.
When making a beat, what do you start off with?
I'm a big sample. I'm a big sample guy. So
Mm-hmm.
I start off with a sample. I might chop it up, flip it, reverse it, or melody. Always melody. I can't do drums and then melody. People who do that, I don't know. That's like pouring milk and pouring cereal. Like it's weird. I can't do.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I know with a lot of beat makers, they usually started off with like learning an instrument before they really got into beat making. And
Right.
that's what they use to create different sounds.
Yeah.
Growing up, were you playing any instruments?
I played saxophone for like 2 weeks. Dub that shit. I played drums for like three
Hmm.
weeks. Quit. Like instruments never been for me because they would try to teach you like classical techniques and like I always would like go off and do my own thing.
Hmm.
So I never really like instruments. I am about to start learning piano again. Like I know a little bit of music theory, but
Hmm.
I don't know how to play anything but the computer, bro. That's all I play.
Yeah, I'm not ready to lie to you, bro. When I was in music too, bro, like
Uh,
that joint was not the move.
Not it, bro.
Like I know you probably be feeling like you sometimes you just sitting there looking at the notes, yo, and I'm not you just like yo, I just like let me just
It's
feel
a whole
away, bro.
bro. It's a whole different language. Like, and the thing is, I don't not. That's something that people should know. Like, if you're in this music stuff, but
Mhm.
it's like it's not necessary nowadays.
It is.
Because look at Metro Boomin and people like that. That man made it off no music theory, and he's making like shit that sounds like classical music. So it's just it's all preference, really.
I really feel like it's kind of like if you have a mind for it and the creativity, it's the sky's the limit. You can get into anything because like nowadays there's so many instruments and pieces that you can bring in and to create music and everything where you really don't need
Yeah,
a
you
lot
feel
of
me?
sense of like the past of musical theory. But if you do know musical theory, I mean, it is good because we could see that with Pharrell. I mean, he used to play music and it worked out for him. He used to be like he's
Yeah,
one of the greatest music pioneers back in the game.
that's on my top, my Mount Rushmore of producers. Really, like
Mm-hmm.
he's like him, Dr. Dre,
Mm-hmm.
um, Metro, Timbo. Shit, it's more like I feel bad if I leave anybody out, but they're up there. Like those
Mm-hmm.
changed the game for music for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely the way I listen to music, because if you think about it, like especially like when we were growing up, like people from our age range, at one point Pharrell's beats was all that's the only thing that was on the radio.
Right.
So like yeah, it,
Other
it
genres do you listen to that can be incorporated in your sound?
I listen to alternative. I like a lot of alternative. I've been
Mm-hmm.
digging into like 80s techno lately because I like futuristic sounding things. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the 80s, that type of wave of music is gonna come full circle again. Um, like my mom's Nicaraguan, so I grew up listening to a lot of soca music,
Mm-hmm.
um, reggae. Um, yeah, I really fuck with anything but country music. I'm not too big on pop music too, because they just be biting from other things. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, anything but country, really. I
Man,
like.
shout out to the Caribbean culture. You feel me?
Shout out to the
Yeah.
Caribbean, bro.
But other than I know, other than producing, you also on the rap side. You feel me? You came out with your debut album, "Dancing with
Mm,
My Shadow," where
appreciate
you
that.
had some banging hits. You had "Waves." You had "Stood Down" featuring Junie, which actually
Yeah,
you put onto Junie for real.
I
And then
appreciate that, bro.
yeah, and
He
then
hard.
slide. Yeah, he is. And then Slide to the Crib. But before that, you had a few couple singles, East Side featuring Saint Sadiq, and then
Hmm.
you had Tag Team featuring A Trill and Show
Yeah.
You. Tell me more about your rap side, and can we see any possible albums in the future as well?
Yeah, so with the rapping,
Mm-hmm.
uh like 2019, like I used to hoop. So like 2019 I had stopped hooping and it was just like I gotta sell these beats. And like for a year straight I'm going harder on the beats, going harder on the beats, put my all into the beats. And it's like I'm not getting no sales, no traction, like people were dubbing me with the beats and shit. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, bruh, I'm making these joints. I got all these beats. Why I might as well hop on it while I'm young, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I just started hopping on them. And shit, compared to what I was doing with producing, it's like when I started rapping, it's like shit started moving 10 times faster. I get more recognition, like more streams. So it's just like I'm gonna keep on doing this because like I got all these beats. Ain't nobody else about to rap on them. And I always made beats like with me in mind, so it's like it was a no brainer. But in terms of a new project, I'm working on something right now, just cleaning it up, final touches. Probably drop like the 20th. That's what I'm really shooting for. But sometime this month for sure. Like I'm always drop February. And this
What,
year I'm trying to do a bunch of projects. I know me and Baba got some shit coming out. Me and Midas got shit coming out. So it's gonna be a lot of music this year.
where'd your flow come from? That sound of like that little that melodic trippy ish sound that you kind of built in. But it's not fully melodic. It's like your own wave. How'd you come about making that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I guess all my influences. I like because I'm
Hmm.
Kanye's a big influence for me too, and
Hmm.
I like growing up. Like he's not the best singer, we all know that, but the way he could carry his voice in like a note, you
Hmm.
know, it always like resonated with my ears. So it's like okay, it's just a vibe. Like I
Hmm.
can't really explain it, but when you hear it, like just like how you said, like you hear it, like it's just a
Hmm. Did you always sing like back then, or is that something that you kind of picked up on now?
that's something I picked up on now because like from like 2010 till now, that's really been the it thing in hip hop music, rap music. Like
Hmm.
everything's mixed with melody. So in order to have a good song, it gotta
Hmm.
be some type of melody in there. So that's just something I've been playing with like as of recently. Like
Hmm.
I ain't make like my first song dropped like 2019 fall, so not too
Right,
long ago. I've only been rapping for like a year, a little bit over a year.
right, right.
So I'm still experimenting with my sound.
And let's go back into Yomi and Baba Black. I saw that you were featured on this first album, Let's Link and Create, where you had
Yeah,
Swerve Out and I Wish. How'd you
yeah.
guys come about linking together and
That's
doing?
my that's my dog. Like we've always been in the same county hooping, so we always known each
Mhm.
other. And then I guess last year he had seen me dropping songs, so he would hit me in the DM, ask me questions and stuff. And I'll be like, bro, why this man keep asking me questions about music? Whole
Mm-hmm.
time I go on YouTube, this nigga has a whole beat page. This nigga
Mm-hmm.
makes beats like out of the cut. And
Yeah.
then we just like we already had a cool relationship. So once he hit me like, yo, I got some songs for you for the tape, I'm like, bet. That's my bro. Like he's helped me so much. And I
Mm-hmm.
think vice versa too. So
And what made y'all go the a unique, different route versus the ordinary DMV sound? You guys kind of on that little. It's like a different way where you guys incorporate a lot of live. It seems like live production.
yeah. Yeah, like with that, I never wanted to be boxed in. Like a lot of the DMV rap and stuff, like I crank it, I love it. Like that's our
Right.
culture.
Right.
But it seems like it's a lot of people who sound alike. It's a lot of people who sound the same. And my whole thing with the music is I just want to be different. Like we got our own wave the whole time. We got our own wave we riding on. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I never wanted to be boxed into a DMV rapper
Mm-hmm.
because it's no knock to them because there's a lot of people who go far with it, but they put a limit on themselves
Yeah.
already
Yes, a cut.
automatically by entering that lane, and
Right.
that's just not me. Like I don't sell drugs. I don't tote nothing. You feel
Right.
me? But like it's just it's the music we like, but that's just not me. At the same
Right.
time, I'm true to
Right.
myself.
Right. For people who aren't in the trap lifestyle like you and I, what can people really hear in your music for real? For like, I know when I'm listening to, I hear a lot of like your feelings, your pain, your
Mm-hmm.
agony of what you've been going through like your life growing up.
Right. Uh, definitely like past experience, like learning. Definitely women. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of my inspiration comes from women. Uh, just life experiences. Just the the struggles of shit, depression, wanting to be the best, being overlooked. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in everything I've done in life, I've been overlooked. Whether it was basketball, in school, music. So that's like a chip I hold on my shoulder when I go in and make a song. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of that in my music. So just a lot of optimism too though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dealing with your negative aspect, like the negative personalities
Mm-hmm.
aspects, but a lot of optimism, like trying to get past it.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to be uh stagnant, but trying to be like trying to keep shit pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know with you and I walking with a chip on our shoulder, it's I feel like in America, it's like a lot of politics plays a role with like
For
how
sure.
people's success
For sure.
come up. But like with you, being overlooked and everything, how have you kept a steady head and a level head and still continue to grind without maybe saying like, oh, fuck this because the work
Mhm.
is not coming right away. How have you stayed level and continue to grow and push?
Shit. My brothers, Micah, Swoosh, Will,
Mm-hmm.
the whole chum, they keep me level headed. Um, and just like when you got something good, you just know. Like you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
I can't really describe it. I just got this feeling at me like I know what I'm doing is gonna work. Whether it's 5 years from now, whether it's next year, I just know it's gonna work. You just gotta put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
Like fear comes from not knowing. Like
At all.
yeah, like fear comes from not putting the work in.
Right.
Like if you don't study for a test, you go into that shit scared because you know you ain't study. But if
Right.
you study, you know you're good. Whether even if you don't get your best grade, you still know, okay, I put my all into this shit. So it
Right.
will be no letdowns.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And Chum, explain more about that. How'd that come about? Was that like were you like watching SpongeBob one day and you just like, oh
Nah.
shit, it's like now I'm just
It's a lot of people who think that. Let me I got kid here. Nah. Like we don't steal notes, right? We're not stealing no recipes, none of that. Like that if you go Google the actual definition of chum is
Mhm.
a friend. So it's like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like when you think of chum, even if you think of SpongeBob, like the shit that they would make, that
Yeah.
shit stuck together. So
Right.
all of us, we stuck together. Like
Right.
we're locked in for life. Like it's no leaving. Like niggas got that shit tatted on them. Everything. Like
Right.
it's up there. It's your on me. Like
Right.
that's what it is. And also like I just like always liked how the word looked. Like growing up, I was a big Odd Future guy. Earl Sweatshirt dropped a song called Chum, and I just always like how that shit looked. So
Mm-hmm.
one day me and Swoosh was in his living room. It's like 2017, 2016. And we're
Mm-hmm.
like, bruh, we could do something with this word. Like we could build a whole collective brand, a whole vision off of it. And that's what we doing. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that last year, that's what we spent a lot of time doing, like putting the blueprint down and stuff. But like we having some like we having a steady incline, which I like. Nothing too quick, nothing too fast. Like whenever we put in the work, we see results.
Mm-hmm. How
Yeah.
have you kept the same inner circle of friends? You, Micah,
Mhm.
Brandon, and Will. How, like, cause over times, it's life. Life, people come and go in your life all the time.
Right.
And so, how have you? And most people don't always keep the same friends they originally started off. Sometimes, yes, it does happen, but it's
Mhm.
not always. How have you guys continued to grow together from start to where you guys are now?
We push each other, and it's not even like kissing up or it's none of that. Like I've had real life conversation with these guys, real arguments, real fights with these guys, and that's who I owe my loyalty to because when I
Mm-hmm.
was down, they was there. When they was down, we was there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I know these niggas. I know these niggas have my best interests. I have their best interests. It's a lot of people out here who don't have your best interests. They want to get on you. They want to get with you because you're clout, or they gonna snake you as soon as they get the chance. And
Right.
I that these are people I trust. And like even if we fall out over some little shit, it's never gonna last. Like we gonna be back. So that's why I keep these niggas around.
Is that something you see in the DMV a lot? Because I know.
I'm actually starting to see certain groups and certain people move like I hate to compare it to Atlanta because I know everybody does, but I'm starting to see that culture like
Yeah,
within
yeah,
with amongst the younger people.
yeah.
With the older people, nah, it's the DMV like it's one of the worst places when it comes to hate because people people aren't gonna fuck with you until they see other people fucking with you.
Right,
Even if deep down they know they fuck with it, they're gonna be like, nah, everybody's saying it's lame, so I gotta say it's lame.
right,
Like it's a lot of dick riding, but as far as up is none of that. Like we if we fuck with something, we
right,
genuinely fuck with it. It's no
right,
fake, no smoke and mirrors, none of that.
right. And I
Yeah.
and I do see that in the DMV where it's like a lot of bandwagon, like people will 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 see success. Well, you have an idea, people be like, oh, I can't like they'll be like, oh, I hear you, yeah, I see you, I see
Yeah.
it, but like they don't truly tap in until you're up and be like, yo, I was there. Then they'll try to say, oh, I was there from the beginning. Like, no, it doesn't work
No,
like
you
that.
wasn't. You wasn't.
But with Atlanta, that's crazy because they DMV Hood and News just posted this. I was talking about this in my other podcast
Hmm.
where they posted a post where you see Atlanta had are putting on other people starting from Coach K, Gucci Man, and then it goes down to Migos, Thug, QC, then from there it goes down to Gunna, Got It, Key, and
Right.
it's a domino effect, but they all putting on each other to the money, to the bag, to the success. Out here, it's a little bit different where people are they'll be like, yeah, I'll fuck with you. Then
Right.
they don't fuck with you.
They
So
think they think that is not enough money or it's not enough whatever the fuck they're trying to hide. They don't think it's enough of it. So they're afraid to put people on. They're afraid for the next man to be better than that. For
mhm,
for the next man to be better than them. And the whole thing is you should want the next man to be better than you. You should want that because if the next man is better than you, everybody's gonna eat. It
mhm,
doesn't. That means it doesn't stop. The reason Atlanta keeps pushing people is because they want the next person to be better than them. They
mhm,
teaching them their mistakes. They want them to eat. They want them. That's why it doesn't stop with them.
mhm,
Like over the past 5, 6 years, the best rappers has come out of there. And I know we have great talent too. Like there's a
mhm.
bunch of people that should be up there with them, but they don't. Whether it's the violence, the drugs, or whatever it is, it's just a lot of weird shit out here.
Right.
But it makes us who we are at the same time. So I appreciate it because you learn a lot from that.
How do you think we can change that as a whole? Because I know with your team, Chum, you guys have been persistent, very persistent, and
Appreciate that, bro.
it's been producing results along the way as well. Like you guys all seem like you play a role in,
For
in
sure.
order to success, you have your rappers, you have your video man, you have the merchant man, your merch man, you have
Hmm.
everyone plays a key role to success. So what do you think we can do to change that in the DMV where we can be like Atlanta C and be up next? We, like you said, we do have a lot of culture and
We
talent.
gotta stop being scared of the next man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we gotta stop being scared to fuck with shit we generally fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
Shit don't gotta be cranked. It don't gotta be sparking all the time. It don't gotta be not. And I'm not dissing none of these niggas because these are niggas I look up to for sure.
Right, right, right,
But it don't gotta be Chicho all the time. It don't gotta be crank. You ain't got a rap cap, bruh. You live in Howard County.
right.
You ain't gotta do that. It's so many ways to get in this industry. So we just gotta be willing to help the next man out.
Mm-hmm.
Only but it don't gotta be just because you want to help the next man out. Out of the kindness of your heart and out of the kindness of the area, because it's a lot of love out here too.
Mm-hmm.
Like like there's been times I bumped into people out here and it's like, damn, I love it here,
Mm-hmm.
just because of a conversation with the random.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also times I bump into somebody and it's just so much hate in them. So we just gotta have love in our heart. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is. I know it sounds corny, but that's what it is, really. Because in Atlanta is love.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Being from, I know you mentioned Howard County. Being from Howard County, how was that experience? And I know I'm from Howard County. I see
Yeah.
that it's cool. Like it's like a mix of cultures. It's like a melting pot. Where
Yeah.
like every
But
like you
like
mix
the
that.
area we from, we in Laurel too, so it's like
Yeah.
we're like on the border of three counties, so we get to see a lot of different shit. We got PG, we got us, and it's like if you go a little to Maryland City, you got Anne Arundel, so we
Right.
see a lot, you know. But growing up in Howard County, I mean, I'm not too big. I'm not too big on the people who claim where they're not from in our county, because
Mm-hmm.
they either claim they're from DC or they're from Baltimore when they're not. You're
Right.
from Columbia.
We know a
You're
lot
from
of those.
you're from fucking West whatever,
Right.
country. You're not, So it's a lot of weirdos in our. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of weirdos, but at the same time, seeing niggas like Brent make it from there
Right.
is motivating at the same time, because it just shows you this is a Howard County nigga doing big shit.
Right.
Nigga got fucking billboards in Times Square.
Right.
That shit is possible, bro. You just gotta
Right.
keep going.
That shows that like it doesn't matter where you're from, if you just put in the work and the time, you can put any city on the map for real, for real.
For
There's
sure.
real, there's real niggas everywhere. You don't have to be from a specific place to claim that you're real, right?
Right.
Right. And that comes to show. I know you're from Howard County. Then I saw that you went up to Rowan University for
Mm-hmm.
music, and that's a top music school. And then
Yeah.
you transferred to Bowie State. Why did you
Yeah.
transfer from Rowan to Bowie?
I ain't even gonna lie. I had got in some trouble,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna lie. Me getting in trouble helped me realize that like my trouble was only so serious because I was on the basketball team,
Right.
and it just helped me realize that my passion not into the sports. I love music. Before practice, I'll be cranking out beats. After practice, I'm cranking out beats. The schooling in Rowan, it taught me a lot about the business side of music though. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta have you have to have your copyrights. You gotta get your ASCAP. You gotta get your publishing. Your manager's gonna take 15% regardless. You
Mm-hmm.
going you just gotta have your business right. Um, but the whole music theory up there, I wasn't really fucking with that neither. I'm I just want to make beats, bro. I don't want to learn how to play Baba Black Sheep or whatever the fuck they was trying to teach me.
Right, 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 right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it was a good experience. There's a lot of white people there too, but it was cool. It was on the border of Philly, so I got to see a little bit of Philly culture, which I really fuck with. They cool up there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I learned a lot. It helped me be away from home. It was cool. But being back in Bowie State is being home. It's just I know so many people here. I could tap into so many resources. I could work with so many people, and CHUM is here. So we pushing that till we die.
Right.
Yeah.
Being in the how was the Philly culture compared to the DMV culture? Was that North Philly
Uh,
or South Philly that you were in?
I just was in Philly. I went to South Street a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
The Philly culture is cool. It kind of reminds me of Baltimore a little bit, they're cool at that. They got a cool music scene though. Like I was more in the music scene. Like they got some good shit coming out of there. By Greta, my man's
Margaret.
Beto. He out there. He from South Jersey, Philly's like kind of. Um, they got some heavy hitters coming out of there for sure.
Margarita, Listen
Hmm.
Sosa, FH Snoop. Yeah,
For
there's
sure, all
some
of them.
tough ones. Yeah. Um. So I know you were talking about the music industry, the business side. Can we see Chum? Is that going to stay a collective, or is that going to maybe potentially turn into a label, and where you're signing other people?
That's just for the future to hold. It could turn into that. It's definitely people I'm working with right now where if that was on the table, we could do that. But we still got shit to do before we even think about that,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. But that is the overall goal, just to be a business. Like we wanna just like how Bad Boy was in the '90s, or how Death Row was. Like we just want to go, or even how Tyler and them how they run on some
Mm-hmm.
collective like Wu-Tang. Like we just want to have a moment of history and have a dynasty and make a stamp like
Okay.
in DMV culture and a stamp in the music world.
So you kind of want to be like the Pro Era, the Raider Clan, or
Yeah,
like
just
those are
like
collectives versus the QCs, the YSL, where those are records.
yeah,
Record.
those are just they're like they're money based and there's nothing wrong with that. But like
Hmm.
our shit genuine.
Right. That's good.
Yeah,
So before we wrap this up, anything else you want to tell your fans that they don't know about you?
I'm trying to skateboard, bruh.
What made
I'm
you
gonna get
that route?
nice, huh?
What made you come into that lane?
I always loved skateboarding since I was a kid. Like I could ask any of my bros. Like outside after school, I would try. I
Hmm.
wasn't the best, but I didn't put enough work in. Just cause a little bit of that DMV culture, like this nigga skating, no, go hoop, and I let that get in my head when I was younger. Like I didn't have the confidence and stuff. But now it's like fuck it.
Hmm.
Like that's just always something I wanted to learn how to do. I used to watch Fantasy Factory growing up. Uh, Terry Kennedy was tough. Like I just love skateboarding. It seems so relaxing. So definitely, I'm gonna get back into that this year.
It's crazy because we can see that skater lifestyle evolving when we have like a whole skate park right down the road from us.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy. So you can see that kind of evolving. Speaking of skating, what's your favorite skating brand?
I mean,
There's
it's not
a
really
lot.
a skate brand, but
Element.
my favorite clothing brand ever is Stussy. So they
Mhm.
got like they do skateboarding things sometimes. It's really a surf streetwear brand, but that's the best brand ever to me. Like fuck Supreme, fuck Bape,
Right.
fuck all the hype, fuck all the designer. That's the best brand.
Right.
That's my favorite brand.
How do you feel? How do you feel when people abuse the actual culture of like the streetwear brands? Because a lot of people wear streetwear brands, but they don't know the actual origin of where they come from. Because a lot of these streetwear brands were actual like skate brands first, and they turned it into a streetwear brand. So how do you feel that you just see people, but they don't really know the actual history of the culture of
That
streetwear?
shit booty. That shit booty. They're not thinking for themselves. They wear shit because they see somebody else wear it, or they wear shit because of the label. They don't know shit about it. A lot
Right.
of people don't know the niggas who made Supreme worked for Stussy at one point.
Yeah, they were actual Supreme. They were actual skate brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Stussy birthed a lot of these brands. Niggas don't know
Hmm.
that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's fashion. Like people gonna wear what they wear, but I'm not into the hype. As you can see, I don't really partake in those activities.
Fashion. More merch coming.
For sure. We got some truckers coming out, zip ups. Um, After this year though, I really want to take my time, uh, getting to more cut and sew, higher fashion pieces, fabrics, textures,
A lot of one and dones. Like,
quick shit too. Like I'm not like, cause when you sell shit in bulk, I feel
hmm
like it devalues the product
yeah. Are we gonna see some embroidery work?
for sure.
Is it gonna be hand stitched yourself too?
We working on that. Me and Switch was talking about getting a printing press and a stitching machine, but
Hmm.
it's all with timing. Like the way I'm looking at this, like I got my whole life to do all of this. I have so many ideas now that I might not get to till 5 years later down the road, but I
Hmm.
know I'm gonna get to them just because we're or the precision we about to come with. So everything's gonna come in due time, and it's gonna come at the right time. It's not gonna be no force. I feel like that's been my problem like the last 2 years. Like I'm trying to get so much shit out
Mm-hmm.
where it's quality over quantity, you know?
Right.
Like if you give your all into this one tape, that one tape could take you a whole year to your next shit, or a couple months to your next shit. Or if you put your all to this video, shit, that could be the one. So it's just putting the time in at each aspect, the clothes, the music,
Mm-hmm.
um, the lifestyle, like the videos. It's just putting your time.
Yeah.
Because it's art.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And
You
being
want to listen to your shit 10 years from now and it still sound good. It's a
yeah.
lot of shit that people dropped yesterday that don't sound good today.
Yeah. Right. 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 And being persistent and consistent with your work results will come. And
But
the fact that you're starting young is also a good thing too, because you have hella time on your hands to become someone. You
appreciate
know
that,
what
bro.
I'm saying? For people who don't know you, where can they find you? Find your
Uh,
work.
Shit, Apple, Damn Risky streaming on all major streaming platforms. You could go check out. I got 3 videos out right now. We about to flood y'all with videos this year though. At Chum Season YouTube. You can
Mm-hmm.
follow you can follow the Chum Season page, Chum Season on Twitter and IG. And go ahead, follow the whole gang. CEO Swoosh, Michael Midas, A Trill. And yeah, it's up.
Last but not least, singers. Any singers that's in the collective or that you're about to
No singers. I want to find a singer though. I really do. My favorite singer right now, is Simi. I don't know
send
if you heard Simi Lottie. She's OD. I got
for
her on the tape. So watch out for that.
sneaky
That shit gonna
feature?
go.
What's that?
Sneaky feature.
Sneaky feature. What what's the we spilling the unclassified. We got
Yeah,
low key. We got low key.
I'm dead.
What's her at though?
Oh, Simi Lottie. Her ass at Simi
Semi
Lottie.
Lottie.
Yeah,
You
make sure y'all
guys
check
hear
her
that?
out. She gonna go. If Simi doesn't blow within the next year, y'all can come find me. I think she got out of here though.
So if she doesn't blow, you owe me a
I'll give you a
basketball.
chum hoodie. Oh, a basketball game. Never mind.
Yeah.
You got it.
We got you. Of course, we got to go back to the hoop session, and then you owe me a chum shirt too.
And
Okay.
shout out my man's Manny in here too. Crazy with the flicks. That
Yeah.
man has vision out of this world for sure.
Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show. It was a great conversation,
For sure,
epic
bro.
interview, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
Live, real content. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Cheers, man. Y'all go follow my man's Dan Brisky on IG. Spotify, Apple Music,
All that.
YouTube,
Get
all
them
the
numbers up.
platforms. Man, make sure y'all grab his gear. You feel me? You know I'm already rocking that shit. You feel me? You already know.
Yes, sir.
You already know.
All right.
Upcoming artists. All right, bro. Be safe, yo.
Appreciate that, bro. Love.
Sir, love, one love.